Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Mission 7 of our Project Wingman F-4 Mercenary difficulty only run. Let's get into it. Let me say this again. Let's find out what we have to do for this mission and listen in to the briefing.
Monarch and Comic, you're the only mercenary pilots on base at the moment, so this is your mission effective immediately. A few hours ago, the remnants of Cascadia's Coast Guard was able to board and raid a Federation battleship which ran a little too close to Cascadia's northern coasts. They have promptly christened it as the Eminent Domain. The Eminent Domain is a new battleship used by the Federation Navy. Equipped with top-of-the-line armament and an electronic warfare suite, it stuffs most of the utility of an entire battle group into its hull. The Independence Force are deploying resupply and escort ships to them ASAP, however, they need air support. We have the means to repair it and gain intelligence from disseminating whatever info we can from its computers, but it is imperative that it is escorted to safe harbor first. Hitman, take off immediately. Dismissed.
Even when I'm a mercenary, I still end up fishing. Come on, Monarch, let's go.
Alright, let's get into it. So, air-to-ship mission. I know I mentioned I liked the last mission. This one I'm not as much of a fan of, having played Project Wingman several times over. I just find things a little too spammy and annoying, personally. I don't know why it always starts me on the F-18 every time I log in. We won't be needing that plane, though. But we'll be running a pretty standard loadout here. All 3 special weapons. We're going to be out at sea. So I'm trying to think what the best paint scheme would be. Probably black, since it's in the cover of the night. Or bad weather conditions, if you will. So why don't we go ahead and just run the default scheme. But yeah, this mission can get mildly annoying for a couple reasons. One is, especially on Mercenary, there's a lot of spam of everything. But also the last phase, which you'll see. Aren't you glad I'm flying a 2-seater so you can hear Monarch's President's voice lines? Alright. That's some BS right there, and you can see why I don't like this mission. It's already annoying me. That didn't take very long. Just took a missile for absolutely no reason, no justifiable reason. So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us in the butt. Because that was just 23% damage we took for no reason. That is frustrating to me. So now we're going to have to fly much more carefully and much more boring. So you can thank that F-18 for shooting that missile at me. F-4 shooting missiles at me? Get out of here, guys. Apparently we can only get one of them, interestingly enough. That was a little interesting. Also, these clouds get really annoying as well with all the shaking and obscuring your view. Also frustrating. So I'm not as much of a fan of this mission as the previous one. Whereas the previous one was like a very, you know, relaxing, deep strike-esque mission. This is like, I don't know how you would compare it exactly, but not deep strike, not relaxing at all. Mission can be really annoying, actually. Also doesn't help that we, you know, our F-4 is not the most well-equipped when it comes to dealing with ships. Can deal with ground targets excellently, but ships are a little bit of a different story. Because even though, you know, it doesn't seem like there's... Okay. See, and it's finding more ways to irritate me, because that's the second missile I've shot at this cannon that has missed. You know, this is what I'm talking about here. Anyway, like I was saying, now I don't even remember what I was saying. So, cool. Gonna have to remember what I was saying there. Hopefully those MLAs hit some of those guys. Doesn't look like they're reaching a good angle. Okay, never mind. I stand corrected. The clouds, though, also get annoying and get in the way. Especially because they just, like, jostle you around everywhere, you know, and make it hard to see. It's, you know, obviously it's perfectly positioned so that, you know, it obscures your view and everything. But unfortunately I have to play this way because my flares just didn't do anything against that one missile. So we just ate a missile for no apparent reason. We also have to conserve some of our unguided bombs, because if you think there were a lot of targets in this first phase, wait till you get to the second phase and see how many more ships spawn in. This is kind of similar to Mission 4 in that, you know, you get to the first phase, and there it is again. Missile misses, even though it clearly hits the ship. We have to save some of our unguided bombs because this mission will fool you, just like it does with Mission 4, where you're kind of like, oh, you know, this first, you know, all these targets, there's a lot of targets for the first phase, but you don't realize that there's even more targets for the second phase. So, it's a trick that you learn after you've played this, you know, game for many playthroughs. And somehow, 2 multi-locks did not destroy this thing, which is honestly, it's impressive how many times this mission has already managed to find a way to irritate me. And listen, what did I say? I even said it. I said, I'm not really a fan of this mission compared to Mission 6, Mission 5, Mission 4. Well, I'm not a huge fan of Mission 5, but I don't find it necessarily egregious. But, you know, like I said, if you try and dogfight up here, it's like the clouds are so white, it's like blinding. You can't really even see your gun reticle. You guys really can't even see anything, which is also not helpful. You know, so you're the most important when it comes to seeing things, is that the viewers see what's going on. Like, I mean, look at this. You can't see anything.
The Eminent Domain at bearing 000 from bullseye. This is the court. All hands prepare for contact.
Russian Eminent Domain. This is combat flight
And phase 2. Ready to meet our friend Captain Woodward.
Captain Woodward, commander of this proud vessel, and we graciously accept your help.
Actually, we want to go destroy these guys first. These guys are closer to the Eminent Domain. Actually, I don't know if I want to necessarily waste an unguided bomb on that guy. I'll definitely use it on this guy. I'll definitely use it on this carrier right here. Guess I've got to be judicious in our ammunition. Carrier's probably going to take a couple missiles, so we'll fire away at it with all we got. We also have to wait for our unguided bombs to recharge. Which they have, so we'll go ahead and drop some more there. Worked surprisingly well there. Gotta wait for him to recharge just a tad bit more. Go ahead and overlap these bombs here. And dude, that cannon on the front of these ships, just, you can never hit it with a missile, apparently. Yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, just look at that. That is some BS right there. That, you want to know what annoys me in a video game? That's what annoys me in a video game. Oh, look, now I can't even see. I'm, like, blinded by the light. Probably a good idea to deal with some of these planes. They continue to just fly around and attack the our Eminent Domain friend. Probably best to go after the not the F-14s. I'm looking for to kill the frogfoots. Here we go. This nerd. At least their maneuverability is realistic, because that did not take very long at all. These guys are right above the Eminent Domain. It only makes sense to go after these guys. I love how there's just like a random non-target F-14 scattered in the mix. Oh, here we go. Now I can't see anything. Oh, I got him. I don't know how that happened. I can't see a damn thing. These clouds. I know I'm locked on to a F-14. Can't see anything. Rightfully so. Those missiles missed, I guess. Alright, I think we thinned out most of the whatever you call it. Frogfoots? Yeah, frogfoots. See if any get those missiles get any of those guys. Ooh, it got. Ooh. Well, actually, that was my teammate who got the Su-37. So props to that gentleman. I give him respect. That's what I give him. I probably shouldn't have used the SAM against the Frogfoot, but I meant to target the other guy. That's okay. As long as we get a kill with it, A-okay. Yeah, this is who we want to use it against. This, what's with this guy? It's an Su-30. I guess an SK-30. Alright, you know what? I'm not. I don't feel like getting into a circle jerk right now, so we'll go ahead and destroy those ships, because I don't think those guys are packing any air-to-ground weaponry. And that's the annoying part, is even when you have a good shot, as I did right there, you'll never hit. You're never going to hit those guys. Because they're technically considered, advanced planes, aces, whatever, however you want to describe them. Go after these battleships over here. That was kind of dumb flying over it. That's a lot of targets right there. I definitely don't want to fly right over this guy. Of course, I did that anyway. Normally I'd be able to play a little more aggressive, but like I said, already taking a missile from Mr. Random F-18 over there. Thank you, Prez. I appreciate that. Let's see if our Sam will get this. Of course, it loses tracking because the Su-37, well, I guess it makes sense. It can just, twitch and dodge the missile. Amazing. Gunned him down how much? And he's still alive? I'm surprised I hit him with regular missiles there. I was totally expecting him to just dodge it. Just with how much fun I've been having playing this mission. I don't know what it is. I know a lot of people, I think, like this mission, but this has just never been my mission. And we haven't even gotten to the last phase, which you're going to see in a second for those who haven't seen this mission, though most of you probably have. These cruise missiles that come in that... It's almost like the last cruise missile from... what is it? Ace Combat 4? I believe it is. Where these cruise missiles like dodge like humans. See, there's plenty of them on our radar. I'll see if I can get the green fighters as well, but keep in mind we do have to keep in priority our ally, the Eminent Domain, make sure it doesn't get blown up by cruise missiles. That would not be good. It would be very not good. But you're going to see in a second, for those of you who don't know, these cruise missiles have amazing maneuverability. It's honestly quite impressive. I find it interesting that cruise missiles have escorts. Like, what? What kind of sense does that make? Okay, well, that one's maneuverability wasn't very good, interestingly. Okay, this one looks more like... Okay, well, thought it was going to dodge that there. Naturally, they got to throw in Su-30s. That's their reinforcements. Bro, are you kidding me right now? How are these missiles hitting me? The missile alert was not even going off. This is what I mean. It's just something about this mission it's tainted or something. I don't know. Oh, that missile missed me, but I actually didn't have any flares there. Actually surprised the cruise missiles are less annoying than I thought they would be. It's actually the fighters that are being annoying, and for some reason my flares are just not working against missiles in this mission. Why? I have no idea. Absolutely not. We do have a little bit of time here. We can take out these aircraft. It's just we can't spend too much time. These cruise missiles will move faster than you think, because it's a cruise missile. Gotta use my flares extremely preemptively here. Can't even see where those fighters are. I can barely see. I'm not even sure what I'm looking at right now. In fact, I'm honestly shocked I shot him down, but might have to leave this last fighter here as these cruise missiles are getting closer than I would like to the Eminent Domain. And like I said, Eminent Domain, our biggest priority here, without question. Yeah, those things are speeding. Maybe we can grab this last fighter before they contact. Well, we're almost there. That's essentially a map wipe. I mean, let's be honest here. One fighter. It's like a bargain brand version of a map wipe. Alright, well, we finished with 43 health. We probably should have finished with, I don't know, 22 per missile, 87, close to 90, but for some reason our flares weren't working this mission, interestingly enough.
The Eminent Domain has made it to Allied waters safe and sound. Its repair and refit will ensure that we have the advantage near the coasts and at sea as long as it's afloat. Captain Woodward extends his regards and has forwarded you some items he has recovered from the former captain's quarters, most chiefly a bottle of whiskey. Stand by for your next sortie.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, that was Mission 8. Not too much to be said on that. I hope you enjoyed it as I complained through the entire thing. But yeah, for some reason the flares and missile alerts were being very wonky. As I said, not one of my favorite missions, but fortunately the next couple missions in the middle of this campaign I really like, and I'll be sure to point those out. But even so, still a success. You know, didn't die, still had a decent amount of health left over. So I will see you all on the next one.